Hey there, comic book fans. Another week has gone by, and I'm back from the comic shop again. This time it was what, 5 comics? Let me count. 2, 3, 4, 5 comics. 4 off my pull list, and 1 I pulled off the wall, and 2 last issues, I think, are from here. The first one we'll show you is what I pulled off the wall. Look, I got another True Believers #1. True Believers, what if the Fantastic Four had different superpowers? All new. Not quite true, but this I think is another Volume 1 Fantastic Four, which I think I have the original of. It's on a shelf, but for some reason I'm liking getting these fresh new dollar copies of it. Roy Thomas, Jim Craig, and Rich Hoberg. Sam Granger on the ink. So it's got 2 pencilers, Jim Craig and Rich Hoberg, and Sam Granger on the inks. Just a what if from the 70s. I probably haven't read this one since my childhood, so here's a chance to read a fresh new reprinted copy of it. And that's what I'm going to do. Read a fresh new reprint. Only I like these True Believers for $1. They're just fun. So I'll probably end up getting some other ones. Let's see, what else do we have? Another last issue, but it's only a mini-series. Britannia, The Last Eagles of Rome. The Lost Eagles of Rome. There we go. We got Peter Milligan writing it, Robert Gill and Jose Villarrubia on the artwork. And this is another story of ancient Rome and the first detectioner. When we left off, they all had, I think it was bugs that bit them, so it really isn't the plague. It's some sort of mosquito bite. But you never know. The mosquitoes probably carried all sorts of things at the end of... the color artist is Jose Villarrubia, and the artist is Robert Gill. So I guess he did the pencils and ink. Actually, this thing isn't even inked, I don't think. It's all colored right over pencils. But I liked Juan Jose Rip's artwork on the first 2 series of this better, but I ended up enjoying this one. This was one of those series at first I wasn't going to get, but then there was a slow week, so I picked up issue 1, and then slow week, and I picked up issue 2, and here we are at the end. And this is also, it's got a beautiful feel to it. This is one of those where they give you a really thick cardstock cover that's also, instead of glossy, is matte. So I really like the feel of this comic. It's got a good tactile experience. That's what we'll call it. I like when my comics have a good tactile experience. Let's see what else we got. The League of Extraordinary Cerebi. This one I actually got on time. The last Wednesday of every month one comes out. It's the comic strip. Like I said, I think he posts these on the web. I still haven't bothered to go and look at them on the web because I get the printed edition. Matter of fact, these are from, where does it say? It gives us a date on here somewhere of where it was first printed. Oh, I guess it doesn't on these ones, but it has in the past. I think these were from 2017 last I knew. But we don't seem, but they're comic strips. And Dave Sim can't draw anymore, so he's cuts and pastes all these Cerebus pictures, and he uses old woodcuts too. Not even a lot of old woodcuts in this one. Oh, there we go. There's the old woodcuts. So he uses them, and these are Cerebus's. These are a continuation of the original Cerebus series, only in that Cerebus is dead and in hell. So this is the Adventures of Cerebus, dead and in hell. Okay, good stuff. And I did miss one issue. Which one? Nick Calm, Agent of Codpiece. For some reason, that one, my comic shop couldn't get that one, so maybe I'll track it down. Yeah, that diamond order number doesn't do you any good because you can't reorder it. Another last issue. It's double-sized, I think, too, and $4.99 by the feel of it. Wayward. I didn't even know this. I think at the end of last issue it said to be concluded. I was like, oh, I didn't know Wayward was ending. 30 issues I've been buying this for. I don't know, when did issue 1 come out? Hold on a second. I'm going to dip back here. and pull Wayward #1 off its shelf just to see when it came out. Wayward #1 came out 2014, August 2014. So 4 years. I've been collecting this book for 4 years. That's a fairly long time for an indie book. Of course, there are some are plenty longer, but most don't even last 4 years. But there's Wayward #30, our tale of the new gods of Japan. I'm sure Jack Kirby would like it. Fighting the old gods and all sorts of crazy stuff going on. There's the lead old god who wants to hang on to his power. Wayward #30. Find something to take its place. We'll have to see. Then the last comic I got for the week is Uber Invasion. #17 and #16 took a turn. Something major kind of happened in the war. This is what if superheroes were invented at the end of World War II. So originally the Germans invented them. The technology got out. Now the Allies have them. There's superhero. How would, superpowered people, there's one of them who lost his arm, work in conjunction with military forces kind of thing. Really, really enjoyable. Very well done. There was a series before this just called Uber. This is the new one, Uber Invasion, because it started out with the invasion of the United States. And it's good stuff. One of my favorite new comics I've discovered in the last couple of years. So check out Uber Invasion. Now we'll show you a little artwork. First we'll show you, I just finished this. This is a new Painted Lady comic book cover I did. And what's kind of different about this one, and I don't know if anybody out there can tell, but I can. It came out a little different than they normally do because this is another one I originally did the pencils on my iPad for. So I've got an Apple Pencil now, which I got about a month ago for the first time. So I'm drawing on an iPad. So this is over a photograph. So I just used the iPad and the Apple Pencil to draw right over a photograph, which is what I do when I do. I don't always photo reference stuff, but for these I do. And I went to, and then I print it out on this paper and I ink it, and this logo and everything is printed on the paper. That you can see is a different black than this black. That's the printer ink black. And as I was inking it, I was just going, the drawing on this is different than I can't explain exactly how it was different. But drawing it on the iPad made the shapes a little differently than I usually do, and it made the lines I do a little differently than I usually do. So I found that interesting. That I actually was like, I wonder if I can figure out what's different. But I haven't figured it out yet, but something is. And here is one of my big ones that I just finished. This is all ink on paper, and you can see lots of various textures. This is all brush work with some marker work in there too. These straight edges, or these edges is like a French curve and a Copic marker. Then I go back and fill it in with India ink. So that's how those are done. But yeah, this was another. I've been finding this main figure here is a drawing I think I did in 2002, and just as I did a little watercolor of this figure. And I wanted to blow it up and make something new out of it. And I dug up in this figure back here. This was sort of an unfinished thing that I found in my drawings. And I was like, I can put that in the background. So I married two old drawings and made a new drawing out of it. So that's what I've been doing for some of these big things. I've been going back and revisiting old drawings that I wanted to do at this size. So that's it. You guys all have a good week out there. Gotta flip my hair back and have a good one.